We are stars. We are crystallized pieces of carbon put under great pressure that brought us into existence. We are diamonds in the rough. Just as diamonds in the earth are under pressure, which is organic life, by the way, coal, carbon that is coal crystallizes, becomes diamonds. When you go into the cosmic universe, you have nanodiamonds that become stars. And so there is a relationship between starlight, diamonds, and human light. We are not of the earth. Even our ancestors said it in the Shabaka stone. They said that it was Nut that gave birth. Geb was male. Nut was female. Shu came down, separated the sky from the earth, and that allowed the oxygen-carbon cycle to occur, that allowed Nut to swallow the sun at night and give birth to it during the day, which basically is the cycle of the light and heat energy that created life on earth. And that is why our ancestors, our Kashite, called them children of the sun. We're not children of the earth, we're children of the sun. We are pieces of starlight encased in this tomb that has been given a certain amount of time to live on the planet, that we will return back to the mighty oceans of Nun at one appointed time. And all that we do in this world is will. Dr. King told us, your character is built during times of controversy and conflict, not comfort and convenience. Kepra, the dung beetle, represents dung. It's a beetle that eats dung. How many times we say, I don't want to eat, well, we use another word, but we don't want to eat that dung. Every time I go to work, they're always going to make me eat that dung. Well, hey, that perfects your character. And it also allows you to live a life that our ancestors lived. Because instead of cursing the wind for bringing you misfortune, bless the wind for giving you a chance to better your character. It cuts out a lot of our argument, because certainly our ancestors on the plantation didn't spend much time complaining. They realized the condition they were in, but they put in place a plan to get them out. And I understand how we got here. There's no question, no doubt in my mind how we have gotten here. I don't have any question about the oppression and the pain and the torture that has put us in this pit. But I am tired of talking about who threw us in the pit. I know who threw us in the pit. If someone throws you in the pit, it's their fault. But if you stay in the pit, it's your fault. We have to start getting out of the pit. And the way to do that is stop talking about who threw us in the pit. Let's get a plan how to get us out the pit. And Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop teaches us that there are three things that happen when you want to oppress a people. You take their history, you take their language, and you take away their psychological factor. Their psychological factor are things such as your rituals, your ceremonies, the people you honor, the things that you bless.
Which is the world of solid, liquids, and gases, the material world, where it takes on material form, and it became a light bulb. That is the process of all creation. All creation. Everything that you desire will manifest, or does manifest, just like that. There's nothing that you can ask the Father for that you can't have. You can have whatever you want. But man has not, because he don't know how to ask. And when he acts amidst the heap lust on his flesh. But when you learn to act according to his will, anything that you ask is going to manifest. I bear witness. There's a process. And that process is called time. Thank you. Nothing was created like that. See this piece of paper? Hit the floor. See how much time that paper took to hit the floor? And the Creator created the heavens and earth in 6 days. And on the seventh day he rested. That was 6,000 years. Because a day with the Creator is as 1,000 years. So I'm saying that to say to you, whatever you want, the minute you begin to think it, it already is. Because a man cannot think of something that does not exist. It is impossible. If it don't exist, you can't think about it. Does that make sense to you? Huh? So don't say, well, I know what I'm thinking is foolish. Ain't nothing foolish. It may be out of order, but be careful of what you think. Some of us go around, you know, people, oh, you make me sick. And you get sick. Eventually. Because you call sickness on yourself.
It's my end. Well, you're like a fish in a bowl, but you are in a more refined atmosphere. You see, so in this atmosphere is a whole other universe. You're living in a terrarium, an open terrarium or open aquarium, with a kind of water that's so refined that this is the way that you breathe. Like the fish breathes the deeper and more condensed form of this same thing. You see. So when you breathe in what are called etheric materials, solar materials that condense to become your etheric amino acids. But the food you eat is a denser form of the same thing. So as you break down food that essentially has signatures within them. The enzymes, the proteins, and the fats, and all the different types of glycerides, whatever it is that you have inside of that food, begins to break down to make certain proteins and sugars that begin to attach themselves along the DNA. Now this DNA has these little signatures here because through your body every day, through your body, there are light wave forms that are constantly bombarding through your body, more refined, giving you information. And that information that's coming from the outside in the form of light and in the form of your emotions and the form of your thought processes and the form of the electromagnetic energies in your nerves are passing through the DNA as well.
One love to the ancestors.
Okay. Now, each amino is a microprocessor of light signature frequencies. It's an antenna for the reception of light codes. Now, let me be very clear about that. Light codes are essentially coming from the sun, but it's also coming from all of what you call stars. Coming from constellations. The 12, of course, you know, being the zodiac. Each zodiac has a specific space wherein this world spins. There are 12 of them around us, and we're inside of that. And everywhere we go, they are positioned in different areas as we travel around this and the sun itself. So we're inside this light fixtures. Just like this light is beaming on me, that would be Aquarius. One behind me would be Leo, or all of these. So we're inside of these 12 light fixtures, and behind them there are 12 or 200 more. So we're getting all these refined form of lights. These coming together and interfacing with one another constitute the light codes that hit us finally.